What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the greatest gaming podcast on the internet, the One Up Gamescast. I am one of your hosts, Carl Sinclair, joined as always by my brother from another mother, the man with the plan, Master Chief in the streets, Master Cheeks in the sheets, Jack Gibb. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. Picked up the Switch at midnight.
Woo! Ladies and
Pretty, I don't know, there's a lot going on, you know? Oh, yeah, you got yours out, that's good.
Mate, I've got it set up, you know, I built a desk riser. It's right in front of me. Like, it's right here. Like, it's
Beautiful.
Easy access, ready for Mario Kart streams galore. I'm very excited, very happy. Honestly, so hype.
I've got a work laptop where mine would go. I might have to make some changes to the desk. We'll figure it out.
Oh, mate.
But, yeah, it's been a hectic 24 hours on that front. Picked it up and have done fuck all with it. So we'll talk about it in a couple of podcasts' time, which will probably be a day or two away.
Yeah.
Because we've got a
Lots.
big weekend, and I think we've committed to 3 episodes this weekend. We might have to do 4. We might have to do one Monday night at this rate. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Big weekend. Big weekend. Yeah. Lots of content coming your way, covering summer games and everything video game related. Okay. Speaking of which, we had an out of the blue state of play. What the hell was that? What?
Oh my god, we sat down Tuesday and we're like, all right, this is the podcast schedule. And then fucking, between there and now, we've had a state of play announced, we've had a state of play shown. And we agreed just 20 minutes ago that it was worth talking about.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to happen before. To be honest, I thought the state of play was rumored. I thought this state of play is 100% going to come after everything. You know what I mean? I was like, it'll probably come after everything. But no, it came before and wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, man. It was pretty all right.
Well, it wasn't bad. Considering how little PlayStation themselves had, I feel like they...
Yeah,
I feel like they did pretty well with what they had. I don't mean that rudely. I think they've hidden the fact that they had about fuck all really well.
Yes, yeah. I think they relied on their partners a lot. I think they should be very grateful to like Capcom, especially Capcom and
Logo just printed in my screen still hasn't left.
Yeah, they owe them tons. Honestly, Capcom and freaking Konami and all them. Honestly, they came to play for PlayStation.
Very Japanese heavy show in that.
It was actually massively Japanese heavy, which kind of makes sense because, like, no offense to Jeff Keighley, the only Japanese person he knows is Hideo Kojima, so it would make sense that like the Japanese developers have to go somewhere. So luckily PlayStation was there to help out, and I do feel we're going to see an influx of Japanese stuff at Xbox's show as well. I think that's going to be a big thing.
I would agree with that. But I've described this show as a one-pan dinner.
Yes.
And you did interpret that as one game dinner.
Well, that's what I thought. I thought there's one game that has really spoken to him, and I'm like, I'm interested to know what that one game is.
There was one game in particular that spoke to me, but I just meant that like it felt like a really, like almost like the show had a theme. It all felt like it sort of worked together. Like
yes,
there's a couple of times because I was sort of multitasking when I was watching it. There's a couple of times where I looked down and I'm like, we've changed game. It's another game that looks similar. There's another JRPG or another thing going on. So I just went back and I'm like, oh yeah, we just changed game. I sort of missed it.
Yeah.
It's very it's a well put together show. I feel like
pacing was good.
Yeah, there was no Last of Us announcement, sure, but in terms of what they had available, I think they put it together very well.
I think pacing was great. They had a vast array of things to announce, and I think the things that they needed to stick on, they stuck on well. They picked the games they knew they wanted to give a lot of time to. And I love how they were very much like, it's a 40-minute plus show, and it was closer to nearly an hour. So it was like, maybe just guys could have just said 50-minute plus, and it would have been a little bit better. Yeah, they were like 40-minute plus. And that last announcement, which we'll get to, we're about to break down the show, was one of the ones they stuck on, and it was good. It was bloody good. Should we break it down, mate? Should we break down the show?
In order, mate.
In order, which you can find over on oneupgames.com. The full list of everything announced at the show. Straight out the gate, though, I was so convinced that it was Tetris Effect. I was so convinced we were getting a new Tetris Effect game, and then it turns out it's Luminez Arise from the developers, the studio behind Tetris Effect, so it makes sense.
Yeah, it has to be the same.
Yeah, it's the same guys. So yeah, Luminous Arise is coming. It was so good. It was also such like a great way to start. Like just start out like I feel like with everything they had, if the Luminez Arise trailer came midway through, it would have slowed it down completely. Yeah. So starting with that, so clever. I feel like somebody over there is actually learning how to pace a show. which is great.
It does feel that way. And 10 out of 10 opening. I honestly thought like it felt very showcasey the way it opened as well, which could have worked against it, but ended up being a good show. So
Yeah.
no problem.
I think what they did really well is they started pretty okay, and then they started going up each time, and every time they went up, right after that they had a game that allowed you to take a breath, and then they'd go to the next one. I think was really, really smart, and I think you'll be able to tell which ones are the breath games. I'll let you guys know when I took a breath. But yeah, we started with Luminez Arise. It looks absolutely amazing. Cannot wait to play more. Then a game that I put in my predictions, and I put it half in there as a joke, because in my predictions video I said, hey, do you guys remember Pragmata? Yeah, Capcom doesn't either. Anyway, Capcom reintroduced Pragmata today, and have actually put...
Oh my god, this is the game they announced like with the fucking console or something, right?
Yes, sir, yeah. This was announced all the way back in 2020, I believe, and it was delayed...
Yeah, it was during the showcase.
Yeah, and it was delayed until 2023, and then they finally said it's coming in 2026. So I'm happy to finally see this thing come out. I'm glad.
This is the game at the end of the trailer. It's like coming, they crossed out 2023 and
yeah,
2026. Sorry or something.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, because the last time they did a trailer like that, it was basically done the same way, and it crossed out 2022 and put 2023, and then we didn't hear from it again until today. So yeah, I put that in there as a joke, and it showed up. So that's crazy. I'm happy to see it. I'm ready to play it. Then a game from Grasshopper Manufacture, who is Suda51 and those guys, which I called. I was like watching this trailer, and I'm like, yo, whoever's made this is clearly a Suda51 fan. This gives off No More Hero vibes, Lollipop Chainsaw vibes. And then, yeah, it popped up that it is Suda51. It is his development studio. Romeo is a dead man. It looks really cool. It's one of those crazy, like, out-of-the-box Japanese games that I love to jump into and enjoy. So that got announced. Looks really good. That is dropping in 2026 on PS5. Then Konami showed off Silent Hill F. We got a brand new gameplay trailer, confirming once again that it is coming September 2025 for PlayStation 5, Xbox, and PC. Creepy ass trailer, really made me feel uncomfortable. Probably going to be my Halloween game, so look forward to watching me cry my eyes out. Then we got to look at a new Bloodstained game. So Bloodstained Ritual of the Night is getting a sequel, which I think is a prequel, called Bloodstained: The Scarlet Engagement. It's introducing players to new protagonists and a new order of knights called the Black Wolves. They're going to storm a cursed castle, and it looks really good. It's like if anybody hasn't played Bloodstained, it's basically a love letter to the classic Castlevania side-scrolling games, but with like a more modern take and alternative art style, which is actually quite beautiful. So definitely check that out. Good trailer. Definitely check out the trailer. Then Bandai Namco unveiled a new trailer for Digimon Story Time Stranger, which is it is the third Digimon Story game, but this one feels like the one that's least connected to the others, I think, but like allows you to it's very weird. It's very weird for a Digimon game, but yeah, the Digimon Story games are very, very good. We got the release date finally, October 3rd, 2025 this year, and that's coming to PS5, Xbox, and PC. Look forward to jumping into that one. Then the NVIDIA leak finally makes good. Well, it's made good quite a few times, but we finally got the leak. You remember the NVIDIA leak?
Not really.
So there was this NVIDIA leak that leaked a whole bunch of games that were just around for a long time. And then as time's gone on, slowly but surely, the games from the leak have started coming out. This is the second last one from the leak that hasn't been announced yet. So it's finally been announced. So the Final Fantasy Tactics remake or remaster is coming. It's coming September 30th this year for PS5, PS4, Series X and S, Nintendo Switch, and PC. Which means there's only one game left on the leak yet to come.
What's that?
And it's on my predictions because I think this is the year. Final Fantasy IX remake is the last game that has got people the most hyped. And this year feels more confirmed in my mind than ever that we're going to get it. Surprised it wasn't at the State of Play because they put out the art this year for the anniversary. It's the anniversary year of the game. It just makes too much sense not to be there. So Final Fantasy Tactics is coming. And what's really cool is you can play... So they've completely redone the game with graphics, and they've added voice acting. So there's a whole voice acting cast. But if you want, you can actually just play the original 1997 version, original graphics, no voice acting. Yeah, really cool that there's an option. Then it was time for me to take a breath, because Devolver Digital came to play and they showed off Baby Steps, a physics-based adventure game from the creators of Ape Out and Getting Over It. And that's coming September 8th. Are you going to play this? Are you going to play Baby Steps?
Oh, it looks like a bit of fun for a couple of nights, you know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know. I mean, more that sort of thing. If it's like a $30 game, maybe not.
The toilet humor was great. This feels like a Game Pass-ass game. I'm not going to lie. Like, if it comes to Game Pass, I'll play it.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, if you were to play it on stream, I'd be like right there watching intensively. But I don't know. Like, it looks fun. I don't know.
Yeah, fair call.
Yeah, it goes.
Then we got to look at Hiragami, an origami-inspired 3D action platformer, which is coming September 3rd this year. This marks the game's debut on PlayStation platforms, alongside its previous announced PC version coming via Steam. So that's cool. Coming to PlayStation as well. Looked really cool. Really unique is the word I'm looking for. Looked very unique. Very awesome. Then it was time for me to hold my breath again, because we got a new trailer for Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. Basically, we got the release date. It is coming July 31st, 2025 for PS5, PS4, Xbox Series X and S, Xbox One, Switch, PC on Steam. Very excited to jump into a new Ninja Gaiden. That's another side-scrolling beast. Then it was time to take a breath again, because a game called Khan was shown off, a survival climbing adventure game. That's coming to PS5 and PC. The game is set to release November 5, and there is a playable demo currently available on Steam and PS5 if you want to give the climbing game a go. Then I held my breath again, because we got Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection, a compilation of all the classic Mortal Kombat games developed by Digital Eclipse in collaboration with NetherRealm Studios. This collection is set to release later this year for PS5 and PS4. We got to look at some of the games in there: 1, 2, 3, the 64 version, and a whole bunch more are going to be on there. So it feels like they're really putting in every single classic Mortal Kombat game. They're adding online. They're adding the handheld versions of the game as well. Like, this is the most comprehensive collection of Mortal Kombat you are going to be able to get your hands on. And I will be there day one in my room, naked, popcorn, beer, having a great time. Then we got to look at Project Defiant. So this is PlayStation's first official wireless arcade fight stick designed for the PS5 and PC. Makes sense. They own Evo now. Definitely makes sense for the last announcement at the show. But yeah, very cool to see them jumping back into make some interesting peripherals. It looked good, but like with anything, fight sticks you need to play with a little bit before you can decide whether it's good or not.
Hey, I feel like with fight sticks, another one on the market's not a bad thing.
Yeah, of course not. Yeah.
It's in with the PlayStation 5 aesthetic.
Competition's good. Yeah.
Wireless, I mean, I like that. Hopefully it can be plugged in if you want it to be.
I hope so.
I thought this was a good announcement. This is what I would describe as like a bit of a core announcement. Like, this is one for the players. You know what I mean? The people that are really into PlayStation and fight games. Which, yeah, they own Evo. Like, they want to go that direction. I thought it was for the Mortal Kombat collection at first, but it was foreshadowing.
Very good. Oh yeah, dude. Oh, we'll get there. Then we got a trailer. This felt like a breath. This felt like I could take a breath moment, because we've got a new trailer for Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater, basically going over the boss fights that you'll have in the game, as well as some of the more advanced enemies. Confirming once again that it is coming August 28th, 2025 for PS5, Series X and S, and PC. Very excited. Then, a game I did not see coming, but probably should have, because they actually announced the other day that they'd sold, I think it's 8 million copies. Team Ninja officially announced Neo 3, the third installment in the Neo series. The game is slated to come out next year. There is a demo available now on the PlayStation Store until June 18. We're probably going to have a video go up on the YouTube for that. But yeah, it looked really cool. Brand new protagonist again. I feel like we're yet to see a returning protagonist, because the first game had a different guy, the second game had a different guy, and this one sort of, I said during the reacts, this game effectively is Assassin's Creed Shadows with without the extra steps, because you were able to seamlessly press a button and go from being samurai to shinobi, and it looked really cool. So yeah, very keen to jump into Neo 3. It looked awesome. Cannot wait. Then the PlayStation VR 2 got some love. A new entry in the Thief franchise. The Thief series was announced. Thief VR Legacy of Shadow. You step into the shoes of Magpie, a young orphan thief navigating the treacherous streets of a city ruled by the tyrant Lord Ulysses Northcrest. Looked really cool. It's nice to see VR actually get some love.
I've never played the VR 2. I've never played a Thief game, but this announcement felt so good.
Yeah. As someone who enjoys Thief, this is great. This is great. It's nice to know that everyone's still thinking about Thief. But a part of me was like, oh, I hope I can eventually play it without the headset.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll come.
I hope so. Then we got a look at Tides of Tomorrow, a very innovative, interesting multiplayer game. So basically, this game introduces these unique characters that can follow in the footsteps of previous players, was the vibe that I got. And you can either decide to continue to follow in the footsteps of the players that have done the missions and stuff before you, or you can deviate from the path and try to do it quicker, better, or with less bloodshed. So that, I think, is going to be a one to watch. I think it's going to be really interesting. No release date or anything yet, just an announcement. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with that one, but keen to learn more. Then the Astrobot Team Asobi, announced 5 new challenge levels coming to the game in an update, I think, today, as well as 5 new bots as well. And then they also announced that they're doing a new version of the Astrobot Limited Edition wireless controller coming later this year. It builds upon the original design and introduces a joyful twist to the touchpad. I'm assuming the one he's holding is the new one, because it's got basically the eyes are smiling now, but it's also stressing me out because I'm starting to see, they're just going to do a whole line of different eyes for this bloody robot, and everybody's going to want every version of the bloody eyes. Oh no. But yeah. Then we got a sequel to Sea of Thieves called Sea of Remnants. It is a vibrant pirate-themed RPG developed by Joker Studio and published by NetEase. It's coming to PlayStation, Windows, and PC in 2026. It is not actually a sequel to Sea of Thieves, but you could have fooled me. Looked really cool, really colorful, really aesthetically different, which I really appreciated. Aesthetically different enough that you wouldn't think it was Sea of Thieves, but it seemed close enough that if you were somebody that... I feel sorry. This team feels like they were trying to develop a Sea of Thieves competitor, and then Xbox was just like, have Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, I mean, that was 10 years ago, though, to be fair. You're not wrong, though. It's very, very inspired by Sea of Thieves. And I wouldn't say, based on what I saw, inspired by anything else. It looks great, and it does look different. It looks like you're a bit of a higher level with the ship battles and stuff, as opposed to a person on the ship. I think you might control the ship, or there's clearly a few fundamental gameplay differences. So I think there's room for it as well in the market. There's no issue there. But
yeah, of course.
It is inspired by one game and one game only.
Yes. Yeah, very true. Then we're going to look at Sword of the Sea, the next adventure from the developers behind Journey, one of the best games ever. It's coming August 19, 2025 for PS5 and Windows PC. Then, we got a look at the debut trailer for 007 First Light, IO Interactive's upcoming James Bond game coming out next year, which will be available on basically everything. Mate, how good was this trailer? It's 3 minutes long, and it's 3 minutes of pure bliss. As someone who has been just so hyped for this game since this announcement, finally seeing it and just having all of my hopes, dreams, and hype sort of like realized. Oh, God. So good, dude. So good.
I mean, the word I would use to describe the trailer, apart from movie-like, it felt like a movie trailer I could watch at the cinema. Put that aside for a moment. The word I would use for the trailer is flawless.
So good.
And I'm not saying the game will be flawless. I'm just saying that, in terms of presenting a new story in an established franchise, give me a million years and I wouldn't cut a trailer better than that. I think they nailed the presentation, the debut, the reveal, the way they reveal the actor, like the character, their face, the name, the Bond part, James Bond, like all of it was just perfect, but still unique as well, but like definitely still a Bond product. It just, man, I'm going to enjoy this game.
Oh, I'm so ready.
Very much looking forward to it. And I think the only other thing I want to say as well is we've talked a lot about Indiana Jones on the podcast and how it fits in with the story of the Indiana Jones movies, and it feels like a movie in terms of presentation and things like that. And we've discussed so many times about things like franchises like John Wick could do with that level of treatment in the video game world, or just more licensed things. And here we are, First Light. I mean, might even top Indiana Jones, who knows? But it's definitely in the same league. Like, as in,
100%, yeah.
This is the level we want. Indiana Jones, First Light. Like, we want more things at this level.
This is the quality.
If they're slightly better, slightly worse, whatever. But this is the standard now.
Yeah, this trailer's so well done that when they eventually do reveal the new James Bond, the trailer they do that with has to try to compete with this. Good luck. Like, this is a good trailer.
That's so fair to say. I mean, we've still got to get to the point where they reveal gameplay, and we can obviously both see some Hitman elements to the structure of the game. So it'll be interesting to see how that plays out. I think it'll serve pretty well, but there's also those driving scenes. Like, there's clearly some bigger things happening, or more story-driven things, or linear things. Like, there's a bit to unpack, and we got the presentation from IO on the weekend. So
yep,
we'll be talking about it very soon, I'm sure.
We will be.
As for everything we have right now, we are looking at an Indiana Jones level experience at the minimum, I think.
Honestly, like, just having not seen gameplay yet and just seeing the little snippets we've seen, it really does feel like they sat there and they went, all right, how are we going to do this James Bond game? And they went, okay, what if Agent 47 didn't care that he got caught? And it's just like fast paced, use of gadgets, set pieces. I'm like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted when I heard the Hitman team were doing a James Bond game. Like, you can have those elements of stealth, you can have that element of super spy, but remembering that James Bond is a freaking badass sex symbol super spy. Like, we've got the laser watch and like just the running through a building coming down, and the use of like scanning gadgets, jumping through windows, one-liners. So good, so freaking good. Cannot wait.
Can I add in one more comment just before we move on as well?
Yeah.
When Project Zero, what's it called? The Zero game, the Xbox game. Dark Zero, Perfect Dark.
Oh, Perfect Dark. Yeah, Perfect Dark. Yep.
Zero. Where I don't know where I got it from. That game, I'm actually gonna like that. If I was to go now watch that reveal trailer, I'm like, kind of looks like the Bond game a little bit. Like, I feel like that's the Bond game is gonna be the standard.
Yeah.
The licensed game is gonna be like what it gets compared to, I reckon.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah, I think that's very fair. Oh, so good. Good time to be, yeah, man. Bond fan, game fan, so good. Then this wasn't in my predictions. I really didn't think we'd see it, but like, I actually made the prediction on the fly. I was like, Ghost of Yotei showed up. And when Ghost of Yotei started, I'm like, oh yeah, 100%. The best way they can show this is if they show us a little bit of a trailer and then announce a state of play just for it, like they did with the original. What do? They showed a little bit of gameplay, like 30 seconds, and then announced the state of play coming in July just for Ghost of Yotei. And I'm like, perfect. Don't need to see any more. Look forward to that state of play. Mate, probably the thing that got me on the same level of hype as James Bond, I have to be honest. Like, this was very hype for me. We got our first look at Arc System Works, renowned for amazing titles like Guilty Gear and Dragon Ball FighterZ. Marvel Token Fighting Souls, a 4v4 tag team Marvel fighting game coming out next year for PS5 and Windows PC. It looks so good. It looks so fast. It looks so sick. And we got such a decent look. We got the announcement trailer, which showed off the first lot of characters. We got Ghost Rider, Storm, Doctor Doom, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Captain America. I'm missing one. Miss Marvel. Oh, what a great lineup, and what a vast lineup from Marvel's like catalog. You know what I mean? It's not just Avengers, it's X-Men, it's a villain, it's Ghost Rider, you know, Spider-Man's always going to be there. Then we've got a couple of like key Avengers as well as a new Avenger in Miss Marvel. Like, what a great lineup of characters, and will probably be even more characters down the line. For it to be a 4v4 fighting game, you have to expect they've got a shit ton of characters to come. Great designs. The fighting looks fast and fluid. The stages look amazing. And in a world where Marvel vs. Capcom exists, watching these characters do moves that I've never seen them do before, or doing moves I have seen them do but has a flair all its own, so refreshing. It's crazy to me that there's a Marvel fighting game not made by Capcom. I have to say that out the gate. I cannot freaking believe it. But if anybody is going to make this the best fighting game it is, I think Arc System Works are my favorite fighting game developers out there in terms of aesthetics, in terms of just being unique and their individuality. They knock it out of the park. Dragon Ball FighterZ is one of my favorite fighters of all time. I love Guilty Gear. They're not really considered up there with the big three. You know, you've got like Tekken, Street Fighter, and it used to be like Marvel versus Capcom. But like, a pure Marvel fighting game by Arc System Works is just like, it was the cherry on top for me. It got me so excited. And then we got like the behind the scenes look, which got me even more excited. Like,
what we actually got was Developer Direct, mate.
Yeah, it was so good. Oh,
honestly, that Developer Direct portion, like after the initial trailer, the Developer Direct portion, best part of the show for me.
So good.
I mean, as good as James Bond was, don't get me wrong. But the part that got me, so like, not a huge fighting game person, but like Marvel fighting game, I'm definitely going to pay attention. You know, art looks great, characters look great, all the things you just said, agree with, right? But the thing that got me was when the dude was like, I can't remember the exact words, but the producer at the studio takes like a early revision of the game or scope or whatever, right? Takes it to the Marvel guy, and he's like, this is what we've been cooking. And the guy's just like, nah, this ain't it. And send him back to go, no, do it the way you would do it. Like, don't try and predict what Marvel wants. You make it the way you want it. And they come back with the most like Japanese artsy game ever. And that's where they're just like, oh, we've got magic now. And I'm like, you know what? Yes, that's what this game is. And when they say that, towards the end of the trailer, they mentioned that like this is a Japanese made game for the world. I was like, yes, that's it. Because you're gonna have all eyes on you. Like, it's a Marvel game. Like, it's a pure Marvel game. Like, where people that have never touched a fighting game are going to come out of the woodworks. Like, this is going to have all eyes on. And it's just the most Japanese game as well. Like, it looks so beautiful. I think there's a little bit of magic in the bottle with this one.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll all come down to how it plays in terms of the competitive scene. Like, I know there's a few other things with fighting games that you still have to get right, but I think there's a little bit of magic in the bottle.
Honestly, yeah. Like, amazing. And it's just like, it's such a like Marvel have been like knocking it out of the park with like not imposing too much will over people. I feel like they know that, like,
I don't know how they show that restraint. I don't know how they do it.
Crazy, dude. Like, the fact that they're like, hey, make an Arc System Work game, not a Marvel game, which is, I feel like, what they do with, like, it could be Sony as well, because, I mean, like, Spider-Man feels like an Insomniac game. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't feel like a Marvel game. It feels like Spider-Man feels like an Insomniac game, which is
totally. But it's
perfect.
Also like an open world, third person, $500 million game. Like, at the same time, it's like, it'll sell. It'll be popular.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's sort of a bit safe, right?
This, oh my god,
you're right though.
Cannot wait.
I don't know how they show the restraint. I really appreciate that they do. It's I mean, from Marvel's perspective though, like, let's say the game tanks, right?
Yeah,
they just gonna make another fighting game next year. Like, like, why they fucking get?
I mean, here's the thing. Yeah, if it
have a crack, right?
Yeah, if it tanks, this is their time to go. Be like, hey guys, we were cooking this the whole time. Like, Marvel versus Capcom 5 or 4, whatever they're gonna say. It's coming. Like, get in on it. But yeah, I'm just shocked. There's a fighting game out there with Marvel characters not made by Capcom. And I'm glad there is, because it looked amazing. I was very excited from start to finish. I cannot lie. I was so excited.
And it took the show from like, because in my mind, James Bond being there is obviously amazing, but it's also gonna get the doors blown off on the weekend. You know what I mean? So like, for me, the show was like 7, 8. It's a good show, but this 10 out of 10. Like, just
honestly, yeah.
This is a sort of surprise announcement that no one could have predicted. I don't think.
When someone says, "How is the state of play?" and I'm like, "Oh, they cooked," what I mean is, Marvel cooked. The Token Fighting Souls cooked. Like, it is great. Yeah, like James Bond, amazing. But yeah.
I think we skipped an announcement, did we? Or did you mention, just quickly, the only other thing that I remember from the show is Everybody's Golf got a release date.
See, I did, because I thought you would bring it up. I thought you would get super excited about it. Yeah. Do you want to know what's funny? Is when that happened, if you guys go watch the reacts, the first thing that came out of my mouth was, I swear to God, me and Jack were talking about this last night. Like, it feels like last night we were talking about it.
Rumors it was in July. Now we're going to wait till fucking September.
Yeah. I mean,
September 5th, get ready.
It looked good. It looked good. The day-night cycle and all that fun stuff looked real good. Very
it was a good little trailer. I don't need to see any more. I just need the game. Stop making trailers.
Why did they have to make them so sexy, though? They made the golfers so sexy. I don't know why they've done that. Like, I'm there to play golf. You know what I mean?
Well, they look great in the Switch too, though.
Like, I don't need 2 poles in my hand, okay? I just need the one. Like,
all right.
Oh, mate. Well, that was the state of play. It was very good. I'm going to give it like a solid 8.5, 9 out of 10. Personally, for me, there was a lot of banger announcements there for me. I know the
for me lens on it's probably like fucking 6 or 7, but
yeah.
The quality of the show and quality of the games, I think a 9's pretty appropriate.
If I take off the for me, I would probably give it like an 8. I think. Yeah. I think it gets a 9 because I got a Marvel fighting game, James Bond, as well as like just some random obscure like Neo 3 and I'm getting a freaking legacy collection of Mortal Kombat. Like, it feels like they went, all right, we need at least half of this show to be for Kyle. What have we got?
Yeah. I don't want to dock it points because Sony didn't show up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to dock a point just because like Naughty Dog's not ready to reveal a game. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like,
which is why this wasn't a showcase. That's what people need to remember. That's why it's a state.
We are overdue for a showcase.
We're about 2 years overdue for a showcase. But who knows? Maybe there was rumors of a showcase coming in August. Maybe that is when we will see it. You know what I mean? Like, well, that rumor was the August showcase rumor is like from all the way back in January because people were like, oh, we're going to get a showcase in Thingo. And they said, no, there will be no showcase around Summer Games. It looks like August is going to be the time we get that showcase. So if it tracks, then we will probably get something around August, which coming in towards the end of the year, probably a little bit closer to the following year where we might actually be able to have some more concrete dates for stuff next year as opposed to just giving a 2026 that they probably would have done if they'd done it in June. But yeah, I'm also not opposed to having another state of play like this. But yeah, I mean, also I think with what they had, probably a great idea for them to go first.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. I think they've done really well with what they had. And I think we've said the same thing about Jeff's shows a couple of times where it's like, hey, a week is showing this year, but like he's only got what he's only got to work with, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So I think a fine state of play. I don't feel like I wasted my time watching it.
No.
That's really the bar for me.
It's out of all the state of plays we've had, it's like a top 3 state of play, I think, personally for me. Yep. I think top 3. I think the number 1 state of play is what state of play should have been the entire time, and it's the Ghost of Tsushima state of play, where it was just Ghost of Tsushima. That's what a state of play should have been. But you know, they wanted a direct. But yeah, no, pretty solid. Pretty solid show. Not bad.
We talk a little Summer Games first.
Let's do it, mate. It's time to throw some bloody predictions out there because Summer Games is what? 48 hours away? A little bit under. We're close. We're so close. That's all that matters. We are very close. So we're gonna drop our predictions now. Now we had some great predictions that were completely destroyed by a state of play.
James Bond written
we
down.
both had James Bond, but that's fine.
It might still be there, to be fair. Like, I wouldn't put it past them having maybe a cut down version of this trailer.
In my original prediction for Summer Games was James Bond was going to be there, and the person playing James Bond was going to be like a proper celebrity that was going to be at the show. Didn't happen, but I have another celebrity prediction for.
I mean, it might still happen. These things, you know.
Yeah, you know,
Jeff's been fucked a couple of times like this.
He really has. It's quite funny, personally. I think it's quite funny. But yeah, well, mate, how do we want to do this? Would you like to go first? Do you want me to go first? All right, cool.
More than me.
All right, what do you want? You want a banger? You want a massive one? You want one that's a sure bet? Like, how do we want to do it? Like, should I leave the crazy ones for the end?
Yeah, go in the middle.
Go in the middle? we're going to get a look at the next Assassin's Creed. Whatever Assassin's Creed has cooking, whether it's the remake of Black Flag, whether it's an early look at Hex, we're going to get to see whatever the hell they're cooking with Assassin's Creed. I think there was a chance of it being an Xbox's show, but I actually think Xbox is cooking with some big stuff. So I think it just makes sense. There's no Ubisoft forward. I think it makes sense for Ubisoft to drop some Assassin's Creed news because they have 242 Assassin's Creed games in development. It just makes sense to show something off. 100%.
I've written down the Black Flag remake, and my reasoning is similar. Like the Xbox Showcase is full. The Xbox Showcase is like they've got 3 publishers. Like, you know what I mean? There's only so much room, you know.
Yeah.
So I think a Black Flag remake has a real shot for being revealed. And just add a little spice to my prediction. It'll be one of the first 3 things revealed.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
Yeah. I'm just adding that to my prediction in writing because I did not.
Fair enough.
All right. I think something Fallout will be revealed, and I think it'll probably be a remake of some description.
Oh man,
whether it's remake, remaster, I don't know, but Fallout will be there. It'll be a revision of something, so it's not going to be a new Fallout game, a remake, and its release window is going to line up a lot better with Season 2 than anything near Season 1 had. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna I don't know when Season 2 is coming out. I got no idea. Probably like this year, right?
Yeah, it's like November, December or something like that. Something crazy like that.
I reckon this game will come out halfway through the season. Or, you know, whichever makes sense. Like if it's not Christmas Day if that's the middle, but you know what I mean?
I had a very similar prediction to you that I took off because I thought I was crazy. My prediction was to tie in with Season 2 of Fallout, we would get a remake of Fallout New Vegas. That would have DLC that would link specifically to the TV show because the TV show is set in New Vegas. That was my thing. And my thing was going to be that the day the show premieres is like the exact moment the show premieres that Fallout New Vegas remake drops on Game Pass for the first week before it becomes available everywhere else.
Oh, that's not bad. I think because I keep thinking about that conversation, like I think Phil Spencer had with maybe IGN, I can't quite remember, but he basically said that like they were kind of bummed that they didn't have any Fallout game stuff lined up ready for Season 1 of the show because it would have, you know, the synergy would have been great.
Yeah.
And when asked, it was asked something like, you know, we do better next time or whatever, and he was basically like, oh, you know, I don't tell Todd Howard what to do or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, well, I mean, you're his boss, so like,
yeah. You can.
You could. You
You
could.
definitely can.
But he said something very peculiar. It was like, Todd knows that we're keen or something like that. It was very, like, subtle. And so I have to imagine that...
I feel like they've gone, we want something Fallout for Season 2, and Todd's gone, I'll see if I can fit in.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like a remake or like the Oblivion style or something like that might have been possible in the time frame. Like, we're going to get a new Vegas 2 or 3 or whatever up to. Like, that's not happening. But
yeah, whatever it is, it's got to be just like a remaster remake of something. I don't think we're going to get a look at anything new Fallout. I mean, it could literally just be they're going to add like Fallout Season 2 stuff and New Vegas stuff to like Fallout 76. Like that could just be it. But I feel like
look, that might be it. But I hope for fans that it's something big.
I think a Fallout New Vegas remaster or remake would pop off and people would love it, especially with how successful Oblivion's just been. I think it would.
Yeah, and look, I obviously know they couldn't start development the other day after Oblivion, but you know, maybe that team rolled onto it somehow or been working on 2 things. I'm not quite sure, but I also think this would be better at Summer Games Fest because of the TV stuff. Because Xbox put out, shit, you know, they put out a sponsored Instagram post. I'm sure it's more than Instagram, but I saw it on Instagram. They put out a sponsored Instagram post, and I'm pretty sure it's from like the presentation next week. They've cut out snippets of it every time, like Phil Spencer or Matt Booty or Sarah Bond says the word games, and they've recreated like that TV bullshit from 2013, and it's just them saying games.
Oh my god!
And so I don't think they're going to talk about Fallout Season 2 at the Xbox showcase.
No.
But yes, sure.
Yeah,
we'll have the cast.
That's it. That's when the cast will come out. That's where we'll get our celebrity reveal. It's the Fallout guys, and hopefully this time they let her talk like they didn't at the Game Awards.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, true. So I think,
fuck.
They did, yeah. They're going to make good on that. And if they can announce a remake of something at the same time, that would satisfy my requirements for a point. Thank you.
Hell yeah. All right, next one I'm going to go with, I think, is actually going to happen. This is an actual, this is probably going to happen. We're going to get a new Sonic Cross Worlds trailer. That's going to confirm it's going to confirm the crap that's going into it. So the Ninja Turtles will be revealed. SpongeBob will be he'll be there. Yeah. Have you seen this?
No.
The SpongeBob thing leaked. SpongeBob is a playable racer in the new Sonic
you might have
game.
mentioned some of it, actually, yeah.
Yeah, and then the Ninja Turtles are in it. Aang from The Last Airbender is supposed to be in it. It's almost like, hey, the Nickelodeon kart racer did shit, so we're just going to chuck it in with Sonic. And Sonic's like, okay. So yeah, that will probably be there. We will get the trailer. I will groan, but we'll still play it because I love Sonic.
No, very nice.
I hope.
Now, I know we just had a state of play, but I do think PlayStation will be at Summer Games Fest.
Same.
Specifically to do the classic, hey, we've got a PS5 game coming to PC.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh.
And now I know what you're thinking. What game isn't on PC yet that's on the PS5? Not many. I think Gran Turismo is going to make its debut elsewhere.
Yeah, I can see that.
But I feel like,
yeah.
There's not much else to give, you know?
I like that. Yeah. I can see that. Yeah, for sure. 100%. I like that one. That's a good one.
I'd probably be tempted to check it out, to be honest. Well, I could probably just get it on PS5, I guess.
I'm going to be sad when that doesn't happen. If that doesn't happen, that's sad. I can see that happening.
My thinking...
They could just drop that My First GT on PC to gauge whether people care.
Taking my inspiration from the tunneling industry of Victoria here, I think the Nixies... Does Sony own Nixies?
I think so.
The point is, though, Nixies does all these PC ports, right?
Yep.
What are they working on right now? What the fuck could they be working on? Ghost of Yotai's not finished development yet.
Bloodborne 2.
What's left to port? Gran Turismo.
Yeah, not much. GT. Yeah. Yeah.
I could be missing a game or two. I don't know. I feel like Spider-Man's done.
Yeah.
Ratchet & Clank's done.
Yeah.
Ghost of Tsushima's done. Days Gone's done.
God of War's done.
Last of Us is done. God of War's done.
Yep.
Was Ragnarok was ported as well, right?
Yep. This year.
Right. Just turning my torch on to have a quick look at my PS5 collection. Yeah, it's all done. Not Gran Turismo though, my friend.
True.
It's like tunneling industry in Victoria. If we don't keep building tunnels, we'll run out of people who know how to make tunnels.
True.
We just finished a tunnel today, my friend. What are they going to build next?
Gran Turismo tunnel,
train
mate.
Tunnel next. Yeah, they're doing a train tunnel. Then they'll be back to cars. Anyway, point is, Nixies has to be fed, mate.
Yeah, okay.
Because if Nixies ain't doing nothing and they close, then they can't port Ghost of Yotai.
Yeah, okay. I like that.
Turismo. Very, very logical announcement over here.
All right, no one else
has this prediction.
No one. All right, I'm going to jump off the back of your PlayStation prediction thing.
Please do.
I'm going to jump off the back of that and go, the state of play was great, but was very clearly more third-party, more Japanese focused. And I think PlayStation do want to show up at Jeff's show. They want to throw him a bone. They did kind of screw him over with The Last of Us remake.
They owe him a bone.
I think this is the stage where we see that Greek God of War game, the 2.5D Metroidvania Greek God of War game, not developed by Santa Monica.
It would have fitted in at the state of play.
It would have. But I also feel like it would be really weird if you look at all the PlayStation Studio stuff and it was the one real first party thing is the God of War game.
Yeah, I know you've said that.
It
because that was one of my complaints. That Sony hasn't really shown up to their own show.
Yeah,
yeah, you're right.
I think it would muddy the waters if it was there. So throwing it to Jeff and being like, "Hey, reveal this. It's 20 years of God of War. It's an anniversary. We kind of screwed you over with Last of Us 1 remake, and Last of Us 1 remake is still a few years out. So just take the God of War game, have fun, have a good time." Because Sony's like, "Hey Corey, that new game you're working on, that sci-fi game, is it ready to go?" It's it's almost ready to go. Cool. Just give Jeff the God of War game. Okay, yeah, do that. That's what it feels like. So I'm gonna jump off the back of that.
They're even after this though. I feel because they gave
100%.
them the game as well. So I feel like they're square afterwards.
Do you want to hear my little cherry on top? I think most of us are going to be really excited to play it. I think the majority of the internet is going to be pissed.
Yeah, unreasonably pissed.
Unreasonably upset about this God of War game, which they were not promised or have any right to.
Especially if it's another studio. You know what I mean? Like if it's some random studio that makes 2.5D games, great.
It's the Uncharted Golden Abyss version of God of War.
Who made that? Was that Ben, right?
Yeah, Ben. Yeah, Sony Ben.
Yeah, you can't be pissed because like, what else is Ben doing? Like, as in, I don't mean that rudely. I just mean like, it didn't take away from Uncharted 4 or 5's development time.
Exactly. Everyone just chill out. But yeah, people will be pissed.
All right, I got a boring one, bit of a safe one. I think
ready.
It's about time we saw Marvel 1943: Rise of Hydra.
I got that too.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, nice.
I agree with you. I think.
And it's perfect timing because the other Black Panther game was cancelled. So
Woo, woo.
yeah,
Honestly.
perfect time for a similar. Because when that game was cancelled, I'm like, oh no, Rise of Hydra's gone. But no, that's a different game.
Yeah.
So I think it's about time we check that out. Bit of a boring one, but I think good stage for it.
Mate, I'm gonna throw out a boring one. We're gonna get the Hollow Knight Silk Song release date. Your turn.
That'll be the Xbox show.
I think it will too, but I'm throwing it in here as well just covering my bases.
yeah. I had a couple of like thingos where I'm like, because I'm like Blade. You know what I mean? We're ready to see Blade.
Yeah,
and I'm
Xbox
like,
show. I think we will.
I'm like, how do we do it in a way where it's like, if it shows up at any stage over the weekend, I get a point. You know? Like,
yeah. I mean, I would give you a point. Like, even if you said for the Xbox show, I'd still be like, yeah, point. Like, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it's already been at Jeff's show, so like, it doesn't need to be. But it could also be that Xbox thing that just keeps showing up there because they tried the multi-platform thing. You know, like
if it's there, it's a trailer and then gameplay at Xbox's show.
Oh, that'd be alright.
That would be the way they do it.
Though, I think that game's gonna get the full proper Xbox treatment where it's like it'll get the CG reveal one year, the gameplay reveal the year after. Like it'll be the slow burn. It's interesting though, like Indiana Jones, Bond, Blade, all movie things becoming games, all announced with a logo 4 years before they're ready to be shown.
Mm-hmm.
Like the movie industry, the one thing they bring to the games table is an early announcement. Hey.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's got to do with the fact that they are like licensed IP, and I think that's got to do with like, hey, like we've licensed this to you. We want people to know it's coming, so we can generate hype, we can generate profit. You know what I mean? Because those guys in the movie industry are like, you know, oh, there's a Blade game coming, like announce it so we can drop this Blade action figure in the Marvel Legends series, and you know people will buy it because they're excited about the game and the movie that's been canned. Yeah, basically.
Yeah, it's unlucky with the movie.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Was it me or you? I don't have a lot left, so if you want to go.
Yeah, I can go again. I think we're going to get a proper like gameplay trailer for Jurassic Park Survivor. I think we're going to get a proper look at that and a release date for that.
That'd be good.
I'm very excited for that game, and I think a lot of people forget that it exists, which saddens me because it actually looks like Alien Isolation with dinosaurs, and that excites the fuck out of me. Like I'm very excited for that game. I like dinosaurs, and I think it also works really well because we're literally just about to get the ScarJo Jurassic World movie in like a month or two. So I think if there's if there's ever a time to start pushing this Jurassic Park game, it's now. Yeah, 100%.
Okay, the last spicy one I've got, real spicy. Oh, I mean, I got a couple in the back of my mind, but the last one I got written down. I reckon it would just blow the doors off the hinges, mate, if the Knights of the Old Republic showed up.
Okay. I took this off. I'm not ready to have my heart broken again.
I know.
That would be crazy. Oh.
I can't remember the exact sentence, but they've said the words, everything we've announced is still in development.
Yeah. I hope. Prove it. Yeah, I hope, dude. That would be sick. That would be so cool. I would love that, actually. I would love that.
It'd be a good way to end the show, I feel.
Oh, that would be a show ender. That would be a show ender for sure. For sure. Oh,
What do you got for us?
I'm just going to throw this out there because I kind of want it to be a thing, and I know that I think they're working on it. A new Shovel Knight game. I think Yacht Club have said that they're working on a new game. I don't know if it's a Shovel Knight game, but like I'd love for it to be one because I'm a big fan of the Shovel Knight IP. I really love everything they've done with Shovel Knight and where he's shown up. I think if there's anywhere to take Shovel Knight now, it's to take him out of the side-scrolling realm and chuck him into like a 3D action platforming game, and I think that would
Okay.
pop off. I think so. I'd love to see a new Shovel Knight game.
Yeah, righto.
You played Shovel Knight?
Nope.
I think you'd vibe with Shovel Knight. It's actually a really cool game. Like it's a lot of fun, and it takes that classic vibe, but yeah, it's so good. It takes the classic vibe and brings it into like modern sort of like video game landscape, and it's so much fun. It's so good, and all the DLCs were great. And then they put them all together in a collection for the Switch called the Treasure Trove, which has the base game as well as all three of the sort of like spin-off DLC games. Yeah, so good, so good, so much fun.
Man, it's not a platform Shovel Knight has not released on.
Yeah, Shovel Knight's so good, so good. Do you have any more?
I've got a double one.
A whammy!
Whammy. I reckon the ROG Ally 2, right, gets announced at Jeff's show.
Okay.
Right, reveal. Like a 1 minute thing, more like an ad more than anything, but just a little cheeky hardware reveal somewhere towards the end. You know, almost like barely an announcement.
Yep.
It's just like, you know, fun.
Here it is. Yeah.
Here it is. But then that leads into the Xbox variant of the ROG Ally 2 being revealed on Monday.
Yeah. I like that one.
I think Asus wants to land with a splash because the handheld PC market's a tough one. You've got Steam Deck just dominating it. But it's also like Steam Deck's sold 3 or 4 million units, which is good. But it's definitely a market that's got room to move.
Mm.
The problem is the price, not the demand. Like as in, sorry.
The demand is there.
The price affects the demand, of course, but the interest is there.
Mm.
But the price is the prohibitor. So I think you need to get it out in front of a lot of people. And I think a big weekend of hype, the double reveal. Now, Xbox might not let them. They might want the whole thing for their showcase. And they don't typically do a lot of hardware reveals these days at showcases. So I don't know. I don't know exactly how it'll play out. But that little double whammy in my mind, if I'm the marketing guy, it's sounding great.
Yeah, I agree. That's a very good one. That's a good one.
You can drop a couple if you want. I'm sort of wrapping up over here.
Okay. Arc Red is the game that Shadow drops at the show.
Shadow drop.
Yep.
Oh, I'm like, it's definitely got to be there, but I feel like it's just to keep the hype going. But yeah, if it's ready, I mean,
I think we get a big trailer. I think they show it off, and then I think it is available to play after the show. I think it shadow drops right there and then. And we have Arc Raiders to play for the weekend in the lead up to the thing. I think that'll be a fun stream game as well. It was a lot of fun playing it. I think Arc Raiders shadow drops. I think we finally get a look at the Final Fantasy IX remake. I think that's where this is. I don't think it goes to Xbox. I think Jeff got it because it definitely wasn't with PlayStation. So I think that's where that is.
Yeah, I was thinking about that and Resident Evil 9 and stuff like that, and I'm like, I think there's going to be a couple of bangers like that over the weekend. But the fact that none of them were at State of Play, I'm like, that really opens the door, doesn't it?
Yeah, well, here's one that you might like. So I'm going to come out with that now. So I think you're going to get one or the other. I don't think you get both. I think you're either going to get your first look at Resident Evil 9. And if it's not here, I think Xbox got it. If Resi 9's not there, I think we get a look at Resident Evil 5 remake. I think the Resi 5 remake is a thing, and I think we're actually gonna get a look at it because that's the next one in line.
Yeah, I don't think you get both Resis. I think you get one.
You get one or the other. Yep.
And I think Final Fantasy will be the Xbox show.
Okay, ready for this? So I think Jeff got.
You reckon that you got Jeff? Jeff got it?
I reckon Jeff got Final Fantasy IX remake, and I think we get our first trailer for Final Fantasy 17 at Xbox's show.
Wait, 17's fresh, isn't it?
Yep, we know nothing about 17 because we got 16 like not last year but the year before. And I think
The biggest reason why I think it'll be at the why any of it can be the Xbox show, is because I think they'll pop the PlayStation logo up on screen,
yeah, that's fair. Yeah,
and I think that single move allows anything to happen.
yeah.
We'll talk more about that when it comes to Xbox, I guess.
So I got 7 left that are basically
Spitball them, fire around us.
okay.
With
BioShock
Spitball.
in some capacity. Doesn't have to be
mate.
4. Could be anything at this point. I just think, I think BioShock
I was wondering
something.
what Big A could have. I was thinking NBA.
Yeah. I think BioShock something will be at the show.
Okay. Borderlands 4 will show up as well.
Oh, 100% that'll be there.
I think that'll just be
100%.
like an ad, though.
Yes, that's I think as well. I think it'll be just like, I think it'll be a short and condensed trailer of the trailer we got last at the
like
State of Play.
Maybe like 45 seconds.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I agree with you. 100%. Yeah. What do I want to do next? Because the rest of them are like pipe dreams. This one I think is either going to be an Xbox or here. I think we're finally going to see the Persona 4 remake. Like whatever the hell it is, it's. I feel like it's got to be there at this point. There's been too many leaks, too much bullshit around it that it can't not be at one of the shows. Everything else is a dream.
As well. It just hit me.
Just
It just hit me,
Dance,
mate.
yeah,
Just Dance
dude,
will be
dude. Just Dance has to be there.
Gotta be
Yeah,
somewhere.
that's an ad. Like that's the way I read it. That's Just Dance in ad form.
That's a 2-minute ad.
That's
a big ad.
They take their time. They bring out the panda bear to do its dance, and then it disappears
Of
again.
course, yeah.
I think we get our first reintroduction trailer. I think this could be either, but I think we get our first trailer reintroducing us to the Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake that they've already said is coming next year.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah,
I think,
yeah, good stage for it, I think. Yeah.
yeah, I think that's a good one that'll appear. So I got 4 left, and they're all bonkers.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Okay. I will go in order of least bonkers to mega bonkers.
I think that's a good way to end our show. You know, even if it doesn't end Jeff's.
We get a trailer and could be a shadow drop of Onimusha 3 remastered. We just got the second one. Next year, we're getting the brand new one from Capcom. I think they want to get the third one out for people to play before we get the brand new one. And I think just having a trailer or shadow dropping it is the way to go. It is the most weird of the original 3 Onimushas. So I think they got to drop it. Like they can't not drop it. They can't do 1 and 2 and then not drop 3. 3's really good though because it's like time travel and it's all crazy and shit. But yeah, I think there's a chance of that. That would be great. Now I'm trying to think. Out of the 2, there's one that I know isn't happening, so that's the last one I'm talking about. But out of these other 2, I'm like, there's like, in terms of percentage, there's a 5% chance. For my last one, there is a 1% chance.
I got a question to ask before the last one as well. So give you 2.
Okay.
I got a question. Then we'll do the last one.
Kojima is there, right? He's doing his Death Stranding thing.
I mean, he is there, right? That's been confirmed. Right?
He's there. He's doing a Death Stranding gameplay thing.
I mean, yeah. There's got to be some Death Stranding there. I feel like that's the easy prediction.
I think he does talk about what's it called, Stint or whatever it's called, Sphint or whatever he's called. You know, the next one that he's doing, his tactical espionage game, right? The one that's the one that's 6 or something years away. I think he talks about it. I think he does. I think he talks about it, and I think
teams are at his studio. Fuck
so many people. I think he talks about it, and I think he reveals the main character for it. Now, you know, we've had Norman Reedus and Mads Mikkelsen. Like, he gets celebrities involved because he's not here to make just a game. He's here to tell a banger of a story. Okay? I think the main character for his game, and I think the celebrity that comes out on stage, and I had to think long and hard, like, who is an actor that he would want to work with, that he's said multiple great things about on Twitter, that would probably actually want to do something crazy out there and just like add another weird thing to their career. A lot of people online think it's Timothée Chalamet. I don't. I think it could be Robert Pattinson. Batman himself, man. I think Edward Cullen could be I think he's just like he would be such a weird sort of out there choice for like a stealth sort of like main character. Like, but then you think like he did Batman, he did really good in it, and I feel like that's the sort of vibe that Kojima would go for. When he tweets about a Robert Pattinson movie, he loves it. You know what I mean? He loves the vibe he puts out and the way he does things. And you know, when Kojima watches a movie with somebody and absolutely loves their performance, he gets them involved with his games. Like the new bad guy for Death Stranding 2. Like years ago, he was like, "Oh, if I made a Metal Gear Solid movie, this guy would be my Solid Snake." And now he's got him and basically made him look like Solid Snake in the Death Stranding game. So I think, yeah, like that would be super cool. That's like a 5%. I don't think it would happen, but if you're going to get a celebrity out there and you needed one, and I doubt that like Keeley would be like, no, you can't bring a celebrity. You can't talk about that game that's 6 to 8 years. No, you can't. He's gonna be like, yes, Daddy, please. Would you like me to fondle your balls while you do this? Like,
Yeah, let me intro it for you.
yeah. Can I come out as well? No. Okay. I love you. Okay. Yeah. What do you think? Do you think I'm crazy?
I mean, I don't think he's ready to talk about the Xbox game, but I just feel like there's other things that are meant to be closer. I don't think the Xbox game's ever going to come out. That's my personal prediction. But
oh, really?
There's just too much going on, man.
Yeah. We've got that other game, OD or whatever it is, as well.
That's the Xbox one, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, that's just too much. It's too much.
He's an interesting man. He's such an interesting man.
If anyone can pull it off, it might just be him.
Yeah. He's a mensch, man. He's a great. Another 5%er for you. We will see and cry about Kingdom Hearts 4. Could it happen?
I think that's 5%. I think it's a little higher than that.
You reckon?
Yeah, I reckon that's like 20.
Oh, 20 would make me... Oh, I'd get butterflies. Oh, man. Oh, I would love for that to happen, dude. I would actually lose my shit. Like, I'd be so excited.
I just can't help but feel like it's the right stage for it. And I've said that about some games in a bit of a negative way, potentially. I don't mean that for Kingdom Hearts. I think Kingdom Hearts, it's been a while between drinks. It just needs that bit of a reintroduction to a wide audience. Like, especially if it's coming to all platforms as well. Like, if it's only coming to PlayStation, then showcase that shit. But if it's coming everywhere, like it should, then... I don't know. Maybe this is a showcase for it. But that's the sort of announcement you'd put right at the fucking start, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I think that needs a good spot. Yep. Or maybe right at the end. I don't know.
That's a tone setter, I think.
Yeah, I can't believe we've got this for the show sort of reveal.
Yeah, and he loves to do that. He loves to start with a bang, and then he loves to try and make us like eat Subway all the way through, and then he hits with a bang at the end.
Yeah, just casually reveals Half-Life 4 at the end.
100%.
I have one game that I was like humming and hawing about, and I doubt it's your 1%, so I'm just going to bring it up.
Yeah, go for it.
Your thunder. Do we think Tomb Raider's going to show up this week?
Oh, mate, why would you do that to me?
Is that your last one?
No, it's not. I have it on there for Xbox.
I was thinking the same thing, and because we know Crystal Dynamics is working really close with Xbox, so it kind of feels like a really easy relationship, and yeah, we'll get your game up on stage since you're saving Perfect Dark for us. But the Xbox showcase can only have so much.
Yep. Yeah. You are right.
And Tomb Raider would be better than most things. So I feel like, I feel like that's the sort of game that would just hit wherever it shows up. Like I'm not saying every Tomb Raider has been great lately, but it's still the sort of game that I think every gamer knows about. And it's still the sort of game that I think wherever it shows up, it makes the show good.
Yeah, I agree.
So part of me is like, hey, maybe Jeff's show is like perfect for it. Similar to how when like the Series X was revealed at Jeff's show, it's like that could have been revealed in a tweet and it would have hit just the same. You know? So I'm like, could Tomb Raider be at some Games Fest? But yeah, I mean, if it's at the Xbox showcase, that'd make a lot of sense. I just wonder if Xbox is a little gun shy after what happened with Rise of the Tomb Raider, even though this will be on PlayStation as well.
Yeah.
Even though they saved Rise of Tomb Raider, I just wonder if they're a little bit like, yeah, put that over at Jeff's show.
That's fair.
That was my one question. I was like humming hard about it.
I think there's I am so confident we're going to see it this weekend. I think there's a 50-50 shot it shows up at either, but I think we do see it finally.
I mean, it's about time. Like, I mean, we're on it for
4 or 5.
When did Avengers shut it down? I'm sure they were working on it before then. But
yeah. Avengers would have been like...
Dynamics is huge as well.
Like March of last year, yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
I think it's time. I think they've been working on it for long enough. Honestly, I think they've been working on it for a while.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, definitely. All right, mate. The 1%er. Bring it home.
This is like so out there, and I really want it to happen. And I think there's like the last one was revealed on an Xbox show, so this could be at an Xbox thing. But I just think the show. Please be quiet, phone. We don't care what you have to say. The show just did really well. It was a banger. And the last game did super well. And people have been asking for a new one. And I think it would be super cool and it'd be super awesome. And I just keep bringing it up every year because I want it to happen. My 1%er is we get a trailer for Devil May Cry 6. That would be crazy if it happened. And I know people want it. You know what I mean? And clearly it's in Capcom's mind. You know, like you don't greenlight a TV show. You know what I mean? If you're not doing anything with it, you know, and I know the TV show was greenlit all the way back when they were working on 5, but like in my mind, it's like, you know, the show's come out and done really well. It's already getting a second season. Like it did gangbusters. People really enjoyed it. So it's that Fallout thing where it's like, I bet they're kicking themselves that they didn't have a game ready to go with like season 1 of Devil May Cry. So I think getting just like the game announced and getting people hyped before we get season 2 of Devil May Cry, which is supposed to come next year. And they're already working on, like they were working on season 2 of Devil May Cry before season 1 dropped, because there's a music video for the music video done by Evanescence for season 1 of Devil May Cry has images, shots, and scenes that aren't in season 1. And like that have like the character in his classic looking outfit that aren't just made for this music video. Like there's like random one-off characters from the show that are in these scenes that wouldn't be there otherwise. You know what I mean? So I think, Devil May Cry 6 would just like, would make me so excited. So excited. I'm done.
I like that. Yeah, I think we got some good ideas.
Yeah.
You know, I had a few other little things like, there'll be a game made by one person. You know, all the quirky stuff will still be there. I feel like we don't need to really dive into that. I've had so many questions, like Battlefield as well, right? Does it show up at all this weekend? Does it need to? Is it ready to? And does it want to show up at Xbox where there'll be Call of Duty? I mean, I feel like it should, but you know, I feel there's just a lot of things that like, I think next year we'll look back on this weekend for the rules. You know what I mean? Like, like I think there's going to be a few rule setters this weekend. So I'm excited. I'm very excited.
Yeah. Keen. Yeah, very keen. Good predictions. And the best part about this is we do not have long to wait to find out if we were absolutely bonkers. So good. Well, Jack, thank you very much for joining me, mate.
Thank you for having me.
We'll come back and we'll do it again tomorrow. You know what I mean? We'll be back. All right. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. We really do appreciate it. To keep up to date with everything 1UP and gaming news, reviews, and previews, head over to oneupgames.com. Like and subscribe to the 1UP Games YouTube channel and follow us, heart us, whatever you do on podcast services. We will be back sooner rather than later with even more Summer Games Fest, Xbox Showcase, State of Play goodness. You don't have to wait long. We're pumping out the content this weekend. So I would definitely suggest this is definitely the time to subscribe or head over to the website. The website is thriving, so definitely go and check it out. But that is going to do it from us this week. Thank you so much again for listening. Until next time, may all your games be good ones, and we will catch you guys next time. Bye, everybody.